Hello, welcome back into the second session of Introduction to the Mechanism. Myself, Mangesh Panchabhai. Kinematic pair. The first part related to the second session is a kinematic pair. We have discussed about a kinematic link, okay? But when we have joined two links together and these two links have relative motion in between them, then they are forming a kinematic pair. Why we have used a word kinematic? What does it mean kinematic? They should have a relative motion between them. In this figure, you can see this is the one link which is shown in the with the help of a red color, and this is a another link. Okay, they are coupled together or they are joined together with the help of some pin joint over here. Okay, and if you move the link number one, then relatively the second link should move, so that they are called as a kinematic pair. Pair means two or more than that. When we are saying kinematic pair, the kinematic link are joined together, and they are joined in the sense that they should have a relative motion. Then they will be act as a kinematic pair. Then the types of kinematic pair. The pair can be classified according to the three different parameters. First one is according to the nature of relative motion between them. Second one according to the nature of contact between them. And third one is according to the nature of mechanical constraint present between them. We will discuss each and every part, each and every category in detail. Out of that, the first one, and according to the nature of relative motion. As we are saying that there should be a relative motion between them. And the first category in that nature in the nature of relative motion is sliding pair. Second one is according to the turning pair. Third one is rolling pair. Fourth one is screw pair. And fifth one is a spherical pair. Now we will discuss one by one. First one is sliding pair. Now, when two links have a sliding motion relative to each other, then they are called as a sliding pair. We have discussed that the types of pair are classified according to the nature of relative motion between them, and we have under that category we have taken the first one as a sliding pair. When we are saying that sliding is there, it means that the motion present in between the two links should be a sliding type of motion should be there. When two links will have sliding motion relative to each other, then they will be categorized under the sliding pair. For example, if you have taken a rectangular rod in a rectangular hole, then you will find it is an example of a sliding pair. This is a rectangular block is over there, okay, with having a slot, and this is the rectangular rod. If you try to rotate it, it will not rotate. But if you try to slide it inside the slot, then it will move forward and backward direction. So it is an example of a sliding pair. Next one is turning pair. When two links have turn or revolving motion. What about a motion? We are categorized on the basis of relative motion. Which type of motion? Turning or revolving between two links. Okay. Or when one link have a turning or revolving motion relative to the other, then they are categorized under the turning pair. For example, we have taken rectangular rod in a sliding pair. Now we are just modifying that rectangular shape into the circular shaft revolving inside a bearing. Over here is a rectangular shaft, circular shaft is over there, which is present inside the bearing, and over there is a collars are provided. Collars are provided to restrict that the moment of shaft to and fro moment, means forward and backward movement of this shaft is restricted with the help of this collar. Okay, and as the shape is of a circular shaft is there, so it will be able to rotate inside that bearing, or there is a hole is over there, and in that hole this shaft is going to be rotate. Means what? it is having a turning motion of one link. Which one link? A shaft is turning or revolving. About which? About the bearing. That is the second link. Link means what? It may be of shape. It is of shaft shape. And second one is of a bearing shape. So this one link number one is making a relatively turning or revolving motion related to the other, then it is forming a turning pair. Third one is a rolling pair. According to the nature of relative motion, when two links have a rolling motion related to each other, they are forming a rolling pair. Whenever you take as far as the example part is concerned, a rolling wheel onto the ground. This is the ground, consider the link number one, and this is a wheel. Okay, and this wheel is rolling onto the ground. So what does it means? It is a forming a rolling pair between whom? Between which two links? A link number one, which is a ground, and link number two, which is a wheel rolling onto the ground. So these two links form a rolling pair in between them. According to the nature of relative motion, type of relative motion between them is of a rolling motion is present in between the two links. Okay, and then screw pair. What do you mean screw pair? Screw pair is nothing but a combination of a two types of pair which has been already covered. Which two types of? A sliding pair and turning pair. What is the definition of a screw pair given over there? If two links have a turning as well as sliding motion relative to each other, then they are forming a screw pair. Example, any screw that you have taken and you are fixing it inside the nut. Okay, a typical exam I have taken over a lead screw and a nut on a lathe. Okay, that nut lead screw, okay, it's fixing inside the nut, so that there whenever you are moving it, okay, as far as the example part figure is concerned, sorry, there is a shaft. On that there are screws are provided, and these are fixing inside the nut. This is the nut. Okay, you consider for example. Now when you give a turning motion to this screw, it will automatically rotate. Along with the rotation, it will travel along the path, or it will have a longitudinal motion or longitudinal travel. It will travel along the x-axis also. When you give rotation about this particular point, it will rotate as well as slide. That's why turning as well as sliding motion is present when we will have a screw type of pair is present. So screw pair is nothing but the combination of a turning as well as sliding motion is present in between the two links. Then they are called as a screw pair. Whenever you will came across a screw, that will be categorized under the screw pair, because it is a special type of pair only for a screw type of pair. Only for screw type of links. Then spherical pair. When one link is in the form of sphere and a sphere turn inside a fixed link. As far as the example part is concerned, it will be more convenient if you take an example before explaining anything regarding the spherical pair is concerned. So if you have taken a ball and socket joint over here, okay, there is a one fixed pair which will be having a spherical shape. One more another second link which is also of spherical type. Okay, and this spherical in that one ball, this ball is swell or turn inside the fixed sphere shape. Okay, so that a spherical or sphere is turned inside a fixed link, which is also a hollow type of sphere is over there. Okay, the fixed link will be of a spherical type also, but hollow type, and this will be of a solid type, which will be turn or swell inside that fixed link, so that the nature of relative motion between them is of a spherical type. Okay, now what we are discussed up till now, according to the nature of relative motion, how we are classify the pair. The sliding pair, sliding motion is present over here. A turning pair is turning motion is present over there. A rolling motion is present over there. A screw pair, when you tighten the screw, it will be having a turning motion as well as sliding motion. So combination of first two, turning along with the sliding, so it forms a screw pair. All the screw are categorized under the screw pair, and last one is spherical pair. So whenever you came across a sphere, a hollow sphere which is fixed, along with that there is a solid sphere. Okay, one more example for that one is nothing but a pen stand, where pen stand is having a hollow spherical shape, along with that a solid sphere is fixed inside that, and you can turn it through a 360-degree along x-axis or as well as along y-axis. Okay, but you can't remove it. Okay, it can't travel. It can have a rotation about x-axis, y-axis, as well as it can turn about x-axis, y-axis, as well as z-axis, but you can't take it away. That is nothing but a spherical plane. Next category is according to the nature of contact. How the pairs are in contact. You are making pair, it means that the two links will be connected, will have a contact between them. Whether that contact is of a surface type or area type, if it is under the category of a surface or area contact, okay, a pair of link having surface or area contact between them or between the links, then that pair is called as a lower pair. Okay, as far as the example part is concerned, a shaft rotating in a bearing, that what we have taken for a your turning pair, as well as nut turning on a screw, as well as universal joint. These all examples are nothing but a lower pair example. Now look at the figure. This is a shaft turning or revolving inside the bearing. If you look at the contact between them, there is a surface contact is present in between these two links. That's why it is categorized under the lower pair. According to the lower pair, the surface or area is contact should be present between the two links, then this will be categorized under the lower pair. Next one is higher pair. What do you mean by higher pair? A pair of link having a point or a line contact. Instead of a surface or area contact, the word changes over here, a point or a line contact, which is going to be must present between the links. Now, if you take an example for a rolling pair, that is the ground is over there and the ground on that wheel is rolling. So if you look at this wheel is making a point contact along the line, so it becomes a line contact is going to be present between the wheel rolling onto the ground, and that is an example of higher pair, which is categorized on the basis of its classification, that is a point or line contact is present between the link, so it becomes a higher pair. Once again, cam and follower, if you have taken a cam and follower example, that is also under the category of higher pair. A tooth gear, the gears which are meshed together, a spur gear having a point contact over there along the line, so it becomes once again a line contact. Ball and roller bearing, a ball are rotating inside the roller, or ball bearing or roller bearing, these are just nothing but having a ball are having a point contact with the inner race and outer race. So once again it is an there is a point or line contact is present between the ball, consider the one link, and inner race consider the another link, so there is a point or line contact is present in between the two links. Third category, according to the nature of mechanical constraint. So according to the nature of mechanical constraint, there is a close pair. What do you mean by close pair? When two elements of a pair are close mechanically together, then they are forming a close pair. Okay. So what is a close pair? All lower pairs. Okay. As well as a cam and follower, as well as nut turning on a screw. When we form a pair, okay, they are mechanically held together. Once they are mechanically held together, they are not going to move away, or they are not going to be break, or while transmitting the motion they will be always together in contact with each other, then they are called as a close pair. Look at the example of a cam and follower. Why I have taken this example, that will be uh, concluded in next slide. Okay, cam and follower, this is offset cam and follower, this is a follower is over there, cam is over there having a circular shape, and the axis of the cam is somewhat not in the line of along the line of follower, so it is offset follower, you can say. When this follower is rotating and follower is making a contact with the follower, cam is making a contact with the follower over there, so as the cam is rotating, and this is a fixed guideways shown with the help of a line, hatching line, and as the follower is rotating, as the cam is rotating, sorry, follower is going to be pushed up and down. So in this way the motion is going to be transferred from cam and to the follower. But every time if you look at the diagram over there, every time cam is not going to lose the contact with the follower. So mechanically once they have held together, they will be always in contact with each other. Okay, if you taken a second pair, that is unclosed pair, what is the definition for that one? When two elements of a pair are in contact either due to the gravity or due to the some spring action, then they are called as the unclosed pair. They are not close to each other. When we have formed them, they will form for a certain duration of a time, but after certain duration of time they may be lose the contact. But as we require, as it is essential that the two pairs should always in contact with each other, so what we have to do, we have to either apply some sort of force in terms of a gravity or in terms of a spring action. Okay, so these pairs are classified according to the nature of mechanical constraint. They are categorized under the unclosed pair, or we call them as a what unclosed pair. One more word is force closed pair. Okay, not a self closed. This closed pair is called as a self closed pair, and unclosed pair is called as a force closed pair. We have to apply some sort of force over there. Okay, so wheel rolling onto the ground, it is an example for them. And cam and follower, why I have taken a cam and follower example, because I have explained the cam and follower for a closed pair. Similarly, I am going to explain the unclosed pair also with the help of cam and follower. Now this is a cam and this is a follower, knife edge type of follower. Now assembly, according to the assembly, as the cam is rotating, follower will move up and down. As the cam speed increases, okay, there might be the chances, because of the inertia force increases over there, that at some point of a time the contact between the cam and follower may lose at higher speed. So but as soon as the point of contact is releases, because of the gravity of the follower itself, it's came back, it's fallen down onto the cam, and once again it is try to make a contact between them. Okay, that's why once your form are mechanically held together during the operation, there might be possibility that they may lose a contact, and they may once again, but it is not essential to lose the contact between them. So what we are going to do, we are either applying a source out of a spring over there, so that they will always remain in contact with each other, and because of that we may be able to transfer the motion from one link to the another link in a continuous manner. Okay, so that's why we have to held together mechanically, then it is a closed pair. When we are not held together with the help of mechanically, we have to apply some sort of force over there, then it is called as an what they are called as an unclosed pair. Okay, ball and roller bearing also under the category of unclosed pair. Then types of joints are there. Some binary joint is over there, some ternary joint is there. What do you mean a binary joint? If two links are joined at the same connection or at the same junction, then they are called as a binary joint. When three links are joined together at one connection, then it is called as a ternary joint. And last one is a quaternary joint. If four links are connected at a one junction, then they are called as a quaternary joint. These types of joints are just classified on the basis of how many number of links are connected at a single point, or at a some single at one junction. Over here binary joint, two links are there. Here ternary joint, so three links are supposed to be connected at a one joint, and quaternary, four links are connected at a one junction. As far as the points covered, what we have covered in this session, we have covered a kinematic pair. What do you mean by pair? Pair is nothing but two types, two links are connected together and they should have a relative motion between them. Then types of kinematic pair. How we have classified the kinematic pair? We have classified on the basis of nature of relative motion, nature of contact, and nature of mechanical constraint. In nature of relative motion, there are five types of pair are there: sliding pair, turning pair, rolling pair, screw pair, and last one is spherical pair. According to the nature of contact, there is a lower pair and higher pair, and last one is according to the nature of mechanical constraint, it is a closed pair and unclosed pair. And last one is types of joint. Either it may be binary joint, ternary joint, and quaternary joint. Thank you.